So there might be stretches on your twin flame journey that feel dark. Times where you have these doubts arising, these uncomfortable feelings arising, and maybe you even wonder if you're doing it right, or if you and your twin flame have the right intentions being on this journey, or if love is even real. And there were times at the beginning of my twin flame journey where I was on the ground uncontrollably crying because there was this pain within me, which was probably due to lifetimes of some neglect and numbing, choosing separation from God. But it was leaving me with a purpose to alleviate my vibration so that I could begin to create the path to my harmonious twin flame union. And I didn't feel like I had any control over this process that was happening, and I wasn't even able to fully conceive what was happening because I hadn't yet been fully acquainted with the twin flame journey. But I didn't need to be, because this was God's hand. And there was a part of me that trusted in it, even though it was uncomfortable, because I knew that the bad stuff was leaving, meaning that I was going to be able to experience more good stuff within me. And I knew that I had called this in and that God had answered my call, even though He hadn't yet fully revealed to my full understanding what was happening. He was making a way for my twin flame union and for my union with Him. And even once I had been fully acquainted in the twin flame journey, there were similar experiences I was facing where I was facing these like deep misalignments within myself, and I felt like I was hanging on by a thread. I thought that I was going to lose everything I'd worked for. I thought that everything that I had invested into my healing was going to be in vain, and I'd end up with this hellish reality without my twin flame, or without a healthy relationship with my twin flame. But even then, this was again just the purification of my being, preparing me for my harmonious union with my twin flame. And I'm sharing this experience with you not to derail you or to make you think that this journey isn't worth it, or to communicate that this journey isn't worth it. I'm sharing it with you because in case you're going through this, that you know what's happening, and to inspire you to keep going when it gets hard, and to help you understand that this is a purification process and God is behind it, and you're being liberated from that inner pain that ego has caused. So in Twin Flame Ascension School, they use a metaphor. If you imagine yourself like a towel that's being wringed out like this. So you're being wringed of all of the not good feelings, the toxicity, the ego, the separation. And this healing, this purification part of the journey is the tiniest part of your twin flame journey. And you can find joy in it too. Once you begin to build trust with the healing, with the mirror exercise, which is a spiritual tool you can use to purify your consciousness and attract your twin flame, once you realize it works and it feels good to heal, and that you're going to feel good, you're going to feel better and better as you continue to heal, you're going to start to fall in love with the process. And as I said, this healing is just like the tiniest part of the process that needs to happen so that you can return to union with your twin flame. And then once you're in perfect union, you get to spend all of eternity together in love, in heaven, like living a really awesome life, the life that God created for you. This is an ascension journey, a return to God. And this darkness that's leaving you wasn't created by you. It wasn't created by your twin flame. It wasn't created by the twin flame journey. It was already within you, created by the ego, the separation that's coming up to be released, so that you can have the right foundation for your relationship with your twin flame, which is based in love. So remember that you weren't created with an ego. You were created in the image of God, and you hold God-like power, including the power of choice to create your reality. And at some point we chose to use that power to imagine separation from God, and that's what created separation from our twin flame. But no matter what happens, you can never truly separate yourself from God or your twin flame. Although God created you in His image, He never created you with the power to fully separate yourself from Him, because He would never do that to you. Like, He loves you. And there's only so far that anyone could ever wander away from God, because it's so uncomfortable and unnatural to be apart from your divine self. And that's why every soul eventually finds their way home to God, to themselves, to their twin flame, and to love. If you really think about it, how could you ever truly be separate from God when you're His child, when you're an extension of Him? So in Twin Flame Ascension School, Jeff shares that the one child of God, which is all the children combined together, is like collectively God's own twin flame. And that bond is eternal, and there can never ever be any real separation there. So that illusion that darkness comes up is tiny, it's powerless compared to the infinite love and divinity that you truly are. And in the scope of eternity, this experiment of separation from love isn't even a blip, right? So how could this darkness mean anything or create any real distance between you and your twin flame? It can't. Your union is eternal, and only love is real. So I'm not gonna lie, navigating this journey did require expert support. I have an ascension coach. I had the teachings of union to guide me. I put effort into mastering the mirror exercise. And if you want support, I can help you as a Twin Flame Universe certified ascension coach into your union. I can show you how to heal. I can show you what's required to manifest your union. And I can help you attract and come into permanent union with your twin flame. So with that, I hope that this was valuable to you in some way, and I'll see you in the next video.